Coming up on COS Now, Convention of States just wrapped up one of its biggest weeks yet. Indiana Governor Mike Braun became the first to sign 34 Ready into law, Mike Huckabee was confirmed to a top diplomatic post, and momentum is building in states like Nevada and North Carolina. All that and more on COS Now.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now!
Happy Monday, I'm your host Rachel Martin, and this is COS Now, the show where we break down all the latest news in the Convention of States movement. We've got a big announcement to make, but before we do, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that you're always notified when we have a new upload. With that, let's get into our big announcement. Big news dropped last Wednesday. Indiana Governor Mike Braun announced that he is officially endorsing Convention of States action. On Thursday, he also became the first governor to sign our 34 Ready legislation, establishing rules for governing commissioners to an Article 5 convention. Here's what he said about Article 5 when he served as a U.S. Senator.
Article 5 of our Constitution gives the states the power to pick up the slack when Congress refuses to act, where it doesn't exercise discipline, good behavior, what all of us expect. We could take power away from the DC establishment and put it back in the hands of the American people. This plan is extremely popular because it makes sense. It puts political will and backbone into this place that we don't normally have.
You can read more at conventionofstates.com/endorsements. Later that day, the U.S. Senate confirmed Mike Huckabee, former Arkansas governor and COS endorser, to become the ambassador to Israel, adding to the growing list of COS supporters in Trump's administration. Huckabee was one of our earliest endorsers and has continued to speak out in favor of the movement.
Personally, I think the Convention of the States, as it has been planned, can be one of the best things that happens, and here's why. Washington is in gridlock. If we ever want things like a balanced budget amendment or term limits, both of which I really believe would help this country, we'll never get it out of Congress. They will never vote to limit themselves to a certain number of terms, and they will never vote upon themselves to have to balance the budget like 49 of the 50 states have to do, and we're better off because they do.
Meanwhile, the COS Nevada team made the news last week thanks to an event attended by COS President Mark Meckler and Nevada's Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony.
Ranchers, faith leaders, and veterans. They were all advocating for the Convention of States Action, a group that seeks to invoke Article 5 of the Constitution. To start a convention, it would require 34 states to sign on, while support from 38 states would be needed to ratify any new amendments.
I've gotten probably more emails to support the Convention of States since I've been a state senator than just about any other issue. I'm talking about thousands of people that I've signed up and I want to save our country. And so it's really inspired me to get involved. And I'm going to stay involved until we get it passed here in the state of Nevada.
I loved reading about North Carolina's progress in a recent blog post. They're recruiting new supporters and writing letters to their legislators in their quest to become the next state to join the Convention of States movement. So Doge is good for short-term savings, but we have a $36 trillion debt that needs to be fixed through permanent changes. That's why Convention of States is launching a new campaign encouraging Elon Musk to support the Constitutional Convention that's as big as the DC problem. Thousands of Americans have signed our open letter, and you can do the same at conventionofstates.com/Musk. And that's all for this week's recap. If you like what you heard or you want to get involved, go to conventionofstates.com and sign our petition. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.